Hello, my friend, Pastor Kurt here, and I've got a couple of jokes for you. I mean, stay with me. It's still a devotion. We're going to get to a Bible verse, but to set up this Bible verse, I got to tell you a couple of jokes. So the first joke is about John and Vivian. So the pastor of their church hears that they're about to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary. So he asks John to come to the men's night and explain to the men how he's kept the love in his marriage for 50 years. John gets in front of the guys and he says, I don't know, I try to be nice to her, try to say nice things, I try to buy her stuff every once in a while. He says, but the most important thing, Pastor, is on our 25th wedding anniversary, I took her to Italy. The pastor said, that's amazing. What do you plan to do for your 50th wedding anniversary? And he said, well, Pastor, I plan to go back to Italy and pick her up. You see, because he left her there. Okay, you don't like that. And how about this one? Now stay with me. How about this one? So Bob and Esther, they're going to go visit the kids on a road trip. They get in the car and they start driving. They drive for like 3 hours. They stop for lunch. They go into the cafe. They have a little lunch. They get back in the car and they start driving. They go a whole hour down the road. Well, and after an hour, she realizes, I forgot my glasses. She says, turn this car around. He said, I'm not turning the car around. She said, these are special prescriptions. I can't get them replaced. You got to turn the car around. They get into a horrible fight. He finally turns the car around and the whole way back, he's grumbling. And she's furious. She's done with him. She's giving him the silent treatment. They get into the parking lot. She's ready to get out of the car and slam the door. And he says, wait, as long as we're back here, you might as well get my hat and the credit cards too. Because he also forgot. Okay, I'm sure you get it. What's the point of these two stupid jokes about long married couples? The point is simply this. Our love is not God's love. See, our love gets tired. We love our kids most of the time. We love our siblings most of the time. We love our coworkers some of the time. Our love, even though it can be very wonderful and good, and you can have people that are very loyal in your life, our love, well, it always gets a little fatigued. It gets a little crispy at times. And the thing about that is we experience that so often, we think that God's love is that same way. But it's not. Here's just a very simple thought for you. God's love is new every morning. God's love never changes. God's love is consistent, compassionate, and close. This is the meaning of Isaiah 54:10, a verse all about how much the people of Israel have disappointed God and what God's response to that disappointment is. Here it is, Isaiah 54:10. Though the mountains be shaken and the hills be removed, yet my unfailing love for you will not be shaken, nor my covenant of peace be removed, says the Lord, who has compassion on you. Two thoughts. One is, who's shaking the mountains? Like our temptation is think, well, it's my failure that's causing all this disruption. But I want to tell you, no matter what kind of a failure you are, your failure didn't happen at mountain shaking level. We give ourselves too much importance. Then the other one to say, well, it's my enemies. It's the people that opposed me. It's all the people that didn't vote the way I did or act the way I wanted them to act or stab me in the back. And I just want to tell you, enemies don't have the power to shake mountains. There's only one person that has the power to shake mountains and to level hills. That's God. See, what's interesting is God can both shake mountains and be compassionate at the very same time. I want you to think about this, my friend. Just because God's done a little mountain shaking in your life doesn't mean he stopped loving you. In fact, he's shaken the mountains because he loves you. God's love never ends. It's new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. Go in that love today. Lean in that love today. Don't project all the human disappointments, but just actually walk in the love of God today.